G'day guys, welcome to another, this one is a design team layout for Crazy Craft Obsession. Now, if you've been around for a little while, you've heard about these guys. This is Cassandra and Jacques, and they own their little small business, and they're Aussie owned. They deliver to Australia and New Zealand, and yeah, they are fantastic. They're very timely with your orders. You place an order and it's on your doorstep as quickly as possible. Everything's packed really, really well. They've got very competitive prices. It's fantastic. So go and show them some love. Jump on in my description and there will be a link there and you can jump over there and check out their site. Now, this particular layout, I had an idea in my head, and I bought these 2 sheets of paper. Every single month when I do my design team layouts, I always try and choose something that's a little bit, that might polarize some people and make them sort of go, oh, nah, wouldn't buy that. And it's for a challenge for myself. This particular paper, it's We Are, the brand is We Are, as in We Are Memory Keepers, We Are, It Factor, and it's called Class Clown. That's what the page is. Now, personally, I looked at it and thought, ooh, she's busy. She's busy, and I'm not sure if I can do this, but I don't usually, I like creating my own backgrounds. I like things that are busy sometimes, but this was pretty full on. So I figured I'd tear it in half. That's what I thought I'd do. As it turns out, that's not what I did. So I sat down and I had a spare piece of black cardstock just sitting there. I'd already cut something on the bottom of it. And I figured, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to create kind of I'm going to black out some of the writing, but I'm going to make the writing the feature. And yeah, I kind of went along with this idea. And so I tore the black sheet. Then what I did is I just measured a 1/4 inch and I cut that section out. I actually measured it with my T-square ruler to get it straight and whatnot. But can you see how you can still see the writing through it? So it's kind of got that graffiti sort of look to it. But there's a big black patch now, which I wanted to do some mixed media on. I know this is already super uber duper busy, okay? Just looking at this paper alone would probably give some people the heebie-jeebies. They're probably thinking to themselves, nah, there's no way I would not buy that. I hope this gives you the opportunity and maybe think that perhaps I wouldn't balk at it. Maybe I would give it a try. That's what I'm trying to do with this. As I've been harping on about lately, I'm trying to get people to look at their supplies slightly differently, you know? And this is another one. These are the LUNAR pastes. So I'm using Silver Lining and Game Over. They're the 2 colors that I've used, and I'm using a DARKROOM. This is a small stencil. So it's this one's called Polka Dots, and you can get that through the Crazy Craft Obsession website. I actually want to throw something out there for you guys. I'm going to put it up on my Facebook wall, but would you be interested in perhaps, maybe you don't like doing a lot of mixed media. Maybe you've never done it before and you look at mine and think, oh, I'd like to give it a try, but I'm not sure. Let me know below if you, I'm going to say for the Australia and New Zealand at this stage, would you be interested if I teamed up with Crazy Craft Obsession and we created a mini kit and I show you how you can get the most out of those few pieces. So there would be maybe a LUNAR paste, a stencil, a couple of black sheets, a couple of white sheets, and whatnot. I'm just trying to think what else. Jacques actually messaged me yesterday and I thought I would jump on here and I would actually see if anyone would be interested in it. So, oh yeah, okay, and a Craft Consortium 6x6 paper pad. So you know how I do my Smasher Pad series and show you how to get the most out of a 6x6 paper pad? Would you be interested in maybe having that as a little kit? Because they've actually offered a deal where we can get like 15% off if I make a kit up and maybe pre-order it, and then when all the orders come in, then what I will do is I'll actually create some videos and I can link them to that kit and show you how you can get the best use out of it and how you can use your mixed media, being your stencil, your LUNAR paste. You might have stuff at home already that you already have in your kit that you could maybe add to it. Let me know below if you would be interested in that, because it's a bit of an idea that I've been toying around with, and I've spoken to Cass and Jacques about it, and they're open to the idea as well. So let me know. Jump over to my Facebook group. It is in the description below. So if you're not there already, jump on over and let me know if that's something that you would be interested in, because they're prepared to do a pretty good discount to create this sort of idea. It's something that I sort of want to work on. Sort of give you a video tutorial, but you can buy the stuff to use in the tutorial. So yeah, let me know. Back to what we're doing here. I'm adding some foam. So I've used the LUNAR paste. I've put it through my stencil. You can see it there. Now, what I did end up doing is I diluted the leftover LUNAR paste and I splattered that onto the black as well. I know it's so busy. I know it is. But trust me, the last bit just pulls it together. I know it looks really busy. And see, I say this all the time, your mixed media gets covered all the time when you put your photos back on there. So you think you're putting lots and lots on there and you're putting it all in the right spaces, but then you do something like this and you go, oh, I completely missed the mark. So I had to go back in and add some more dots, polka dots up the top. These polka dots are so good. These darkroom door stencils, they are so good. They're flexible, but they're sturdy, if that makes sense. I've had some cheap, I've bought them from like Wish and all that sort of thing, and they are super flexible to the point that they're too flexible. You can't actually get a good swipe when you're putting your paste through it. So the darkroom door stencils, I've actually got about 4 or 5 now, and they are fantastic. And I don't mind saying, it's an Australian product. So, it's brilliant. I absolutely love them. I would spend a fortune on their stencils because they're different. I love them. Now, I am adding what I actually did off camera before I started, because let's face it, you don't want to see me fussy cutting. See where the black comes down to? See where it says laugh out and giggles? I decided to make that my title. And see what I just did? So because I got 2 of these sheets, I grabbed 2 because I thought I didn't really know what I was going to do with it, to be frank. And it was sitting there, and it's been sitting there for over a week now. And I've been looking at it, and I thought, you know what I'm going to do? Create like a drop shadow. So yes, there's writing in the background and it's busy, but by creating that drop shadow look, by cutting out, all I did was fussy cut out that word out of the other sheet, and I've raised it up on some foam and slightly offset it when I put it down. So it's given it the illusion, because it's got that black bit around the outside edge of it. And I think it looks really cool. I actually think it really works. And the kids were laughing out loud and they were giggling and they were being so silly. This was actually on Christmas Day 2022. And if you look closely at the photos, Jenny's actually standing on a copper's log. I don't know if you know what a copper's log is, but it's a copper log is a treated piece of round timber. And my dad had he's got some in his garden where he has fence and he has all different bits and pieces for the birds and the trees and all that sort of stuff. And my gymnast decided that she was going to stand on it. I turned around, nearly had a conniption there and then on the spot, then realizing what child it was, so don't panic. Taylor was standing next to her and I'm like, don't you let her fall. And then I realized, great photo op, Mum, take a photo. And so that's what I did. And of course, Ange plays AFL. She's not the gymnast that does the balancing and all that sort of stuff. And she decided she was going to sit on the post. So she sat on the post and they were laughing so bloody hard. It was hilarious. There was a whole issue that happened after that, but it was so funny. Anyway, I decided what I'd do is I'd use those photos. I switched them over to black and white before I printed them because I have an Epson photo printer and it is fantastic. I print them on matte photo paper and it is crystal clear. They're beautiful. And I just made them black and white and it totally worked when it come to this layout. Now, the only thing that I did realise, now this is my silver metallic POLKA paint pen, and I was having issues because I was going a bit fast there, and so I had to sort of slow it down a bit. I do have a silver Uniball Signo pen as well, but I went for the POLKA paint pen for some reason. I think it just, I don't know. When I'm using mixed media, I always reach for the POLKA pens. That's just me. Now, so I've gone around, that sort of helped frame it a little bit more. And then I just for all I put on it was Christmas 2022. After I take all the photos and everything, I will go back and do some other bits and pieces. This is when I realized I think I wanted the title to stand out just a tiny bit more. So I pulled out my Ranger Stickles glitter gel. You can get all of this, for all of these products you can get from Crazy Craft Obsession. And the glitter gel that I'm using is Moon Dust. It is my all-time favorite. It has fine glitter in it. It's kind of like, you know, the Ranger's Stickles in the bottle. It's kind of like the diamond, but it's ever so slightly chunkier, and it doesn't have big bits in it, so you can actually make it look quite fine and it looks really nice. So I just, as you can see, I'm just using the back of my palette knife and I'm just dragging the tiniest little bit of this gel onto the front part of these letters, and it looks magic. It was exactly what it needed. I thought with the LUNAR paste it would be shiny enough, but I was wrong. So that is my layout, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you are not already a subscriber, here is my shameless plug. Please jump on board and hit subscribe. It really helps out my channel. Leave me a comment. I always reply to all my comments. And if anyone's interested in us creating maybe a Karen crazy kit or something like that, and if you're interested in maybe not so much a class, just I would do it like I'm doing now, but I wouldn't speed it up to the point that you can't follow it. I would make it so it's a lot more user friendly, easy for you to copy what I'm doing. Thank you so much for watching, and I will chat to you again soon. Bye for now, guys.